Hey guys, so in today's video, I wanted to talk about whether or not I miss working. Um, I feel like this is self-explanatory for a lot of reasons, but I do definitely miss certain aspects of my work as a medical assistant. There are also certain aspects of my work as a medical assistant that I definitely do not miss. So a lot of the things that I don't miss are stress related. So I don't miss, having to pick up hours, having to work extra, having to work late, things like that. I also don't miss having to cover um, work that was supposed to be done by my coworkers. I did those things because I'm a team player and I will do whatever it takes to make sure that my patients are well taken care of and that they have everything that they need. But it does get very stressful, and I feel like part of the problem was that I wasn't making sure that I was doing everything I needed to care for myself. And so at the end of the day, I really need to get better about that because, um, like I said, I am definitely horrible when it comes to self care. And I know that I need to improve on it, like vastly improve on my self care, because obviously you see what happens when you overlook something as simple as medication. Then you have, I've been out of work for what, almost 8 months now. And that's a long time to be out of work and having to rely on other people to help you with financial things, help you with, other things like your basic needs. Um, I'm also in a few weeks starting the summer semester of college. And so I am still relying on other people for a lot of things. I'm still relying on people to get me to and from appointments because I will not be able to drive until almost November um, of 2025. So I still have a long time. And yes, my clock, so to speak, my clock reset itself because I have had seizures recently. If you are curious about that, I will make another video talking more about that and giving you all the details and that kind of thing. So stay tuned for that video if that is something you're interested in hearing about. Um, I just feel like there's so much going on in my life that I kind of needed a break, but obviously I miss the benefits of having a job, like being able to pay my own bills, being able to buy the things that I want and the things that I need without having to worry about putting that financial burden on someone else. Don't get me wrong, I am extremely blessed, and I know that I am extremely blessed to be at this point in my life where I have someone who is very generous, and multiple people who are very generous and who do whatever it takes to make sure that I have the things that I need and have helped me in a multitude of ways over the last almost 8 months since all of this stuff happened. And they have been on my side, in my corner, cheering me on from the very beginning of this process and this whole long story and journey that I've been on since October of 2024. um, I don't know what I would do without these specific people in my life. And I know that it might be hard for some of you to believe, but it's a lot to admit that you need help in the first place. And so the fact that I have been able to rely on these people who I'm not even related to by blood, um, I just feel so much relief, so much gratefulness, so much thankfulness, and I really don't know how I could ever repay them for the things that they have helped me with and allowed me to do. And, it's just a lot. So, yes, I do miss, the interactions with patients. I miss, being able to help people feel better, being able to interact with elderly people, not just elderly people, but kids and, anyone, because the age ranges that I cared for was basically from birth until death. Because I worked in family medicine, I worked in internal medicine, I worked in the specialties like orthopedics, pediatrics, what was the other one? Pulmonary and sleep medicine. I have worked in a multitude of these things, general surgery as well. So I helped up in the specialty clinics. I helped in, you know, wherever they needed me basically, and urgent care. So I definitely miss interacting with all of my patients, being able to see the regular patients who came in for blood pressure checks or to have their blood sugar checked or to get their allergy shots. It is just so sad that I don't have the ability to connect with them anymore, because I don't think people realize that when you come in and you're a regular, even if you're not a regular, like being able to interact with the general public, being able to see them come in and maybe they don't feel well, or maybe they just are lonely, so they want to talk to you or talk to somebody, and you're there and you talk to them and you interact with them in a way that makes them feel better. I get so much joy out of seeing people leave with a smile on their face at the end of every interaction. And so it has been very hard for me to be at home and, focused on my own health and having to go to my own appointments and, all of those types of things. It's hard to be the patient when you're used to being the healthcare provider. And it's just, it's a different sobering experience when you are the one on the other end of the care that's being provided. So I definitely miss interacting with my patients and just using my medical skills at the very least. I miss giving injections, allergy injections and things like that. I don't miss doing vaccines on kids. I That was probably the worst experience that I had to do, because babies and kids that were like kind of in between, um like younger kids and teenagers, sometimes those were the worst to try to give immunizations to. But at the end of the day, I did my best at my job, and I would not change my job choices for the world. I love what I do, and I hope that soon I'm able to get back into it. So yes, to answer the question, I do miss working. I just don't miss all of the stress of it. Like, I think I needed this break because I was, without even realizing it, I was completely burned out. And this whole experience has given me the opportunity to focus on myself, to focus on taking better care of myself. And it has allowed me to not be so burnt out anymore. So when I am able to return to work, I will be a fresher, more relaxed version of myself. So anyways, if you guys have any other questions that you would like me to answer on my channel in the future, or any topics you'd like me to talk about, let me know that, and I will talk to you guys in tomorrow's video.